There is a single underlying reason why you fail at everything you try. And we're going to get to the bottom of it in this video. How did we end up here? You've always been ambitious, motivated. You've stood apart from the crowd. You always thought at this point in your life, you'd be a lot further along than you really are. I mean, you've been trying to get your life together and free yourself from this debt system for years now. You look around and it seems like there's just thousands of people who are less qualified than you, doing exactly what you've been trying to do, but it never really seems to work out for you like it does for them. You watch all the side hustle videos on how to get rich the fastest way possible, break out of the matrix with things like drop shipping, SMMA, Amazon, all the cliche businesses that everybody tells you to do to get rich and makes courses and tries to teach you how to do, and they make sure to take your money. But you always end up just wasting your time, wasting your money, and for some reason it feels like there's an actual invisible force physically preventing you from success. And you aren't really bringing in the kind of income to just throw money away at the next business idea. The consequences are too high. Inflation is through the roof, and it's hard enough to pay your bills as it is. Debt is starting to stack up, and unless things start to change soon, you're probably gonna have to move back in with your parents. So what do you do? First of all, you aren't imagining things. There is something preventing you from everything you try to do from working. Putting a dead end at every path you take. You see, the people you're comparing yourself to, the millionaires in their 20s, will even tell you themselves that they got lucky. They're the 0.1% of people that got there so fast. And they have a specific purpose in your life to both encourage you and antagonize you. Your life is far more significant than you may think. We all play a part in the play, and you are the main character in yours. Right now, you're going through the hero's journey, the climb to success. These YouTubers you watch that give you all the side hustles on how to make money online, flexing their ridiculous morning routines, right? They'll show you that the life that you want is attainable. But if you're here watching this video, my guess is that your journey, your play, is to struggle so that the success is so much sweeter for you. You need to know what it's like to feel that struggle, the depths of the emotions that you feel in the hardships, so that you can feel the peak state and the appreciation for what's to come in your future. But you have a choice to make. If after all that you've been through and all that you've tried, while it seems that others, make it first try, don't have to deal with the same struggle that you're going through, are you going to accept that you just may not be cut out for that and take the safe route? Get that job that everybody's been telling you to get, the benefits that comes with it, the soul-sucking job? Or are you going to let it motivate you and realize how great it's going to feel when you finally reach the light and get out of this tunnel? The tunnel's dark, very dark, and every time it seems to be coming to an end, it's just another turn. But as long as you keep taking steps, keep moving forward, you're making progress. And I know, what is the fastest way out of the tunnel? Tell me, please. Okay, but let me ask you a question. If I told you that there was a shortcut, a side door in this tunnel that would spit you out of the tunnel and into a life specifically built for you, so magnificent that your mind can't even fathom or imagine, even if you tried, how diligently would you look for that door? My guess is that you would shift all of your focus from taking them steps down the tunnel, just trying to get out, and you'd start looking for that door. Am I right? But what is the door? It sounds too good to be true. A door that leads to everything I've ever wanted, and I also get to skip the tunnel? Do you want to know what the door, the shortcut, the secret pathway to success is? It's God. You see, everything that has happened in your life up to this point, today, watching this video, is for divine purpose. There is no accident. Everything that has happened and is happening to you is happening for you, for a greater reason and purpose. Most people find God in their most desperate times, and God is responsible for creating those desperate times. But God wants you to find Him in those desperate times that He is providing you so that you can become stronger and build a deeper connection, which is why you're going through this right now. God is putting you through these trials and tribulations because He sees you as a great asset and weapon that He is using these experiences to sharpen you like a tool or weapon that He can use to further His mission and give you divine purpose and direction to go in life. The life that the Creator of creation can create for you is unfathomable. A relationship with God has a greater ROI than any investment that you could ever make in your life. And once you open that door, that secret pathway, everything that has happened in the tunnel, in your whole life experience, is going to come full circle and all make sense. Wow, God has been with me through everything, given me these struggles, these beautiful moments, shaped me into who I am today. And in this moment right here, this is where I'm supposed to find God. And now that I have a background specifically designed for this purpose that He has divinely given me, now I'm ready. But what can you do today? The most dramatic character change that you're going to see in finding this door and following the path is going to be a very, very heightened sense of long-term thinking. The reason for this is that the further along you get to freedom, to getting out of that dark tunnel, you begin to realize what the higher purpose is, what God is leading you toward, and what that life looks like if you continue the journey and walk with God. Which this is what solves the greatest problem and thing that is holding you back from success. Without a passion and purpose-driven reason to fight the battles along your journey, you're never going to have the willpower to get up after you get your ass beat. However, knowing that God, the Creator, has mapped out a journey and plan specifically for you, there is no giving up. Right? Like, what better teammate to have than the most powerful force in the universe that can do any and all things? All throughout my past, I had shiny object syndrome, where, I would start to break through and actually make some progress. And then I'd get bored, and I would just move on to the next thing. Just next thing after next thing after next thing. And never really put enough effort and time into a single thing until it worked out. In a world of instant gratification, patience and a long-term vision to base your decisions on is more valuable than you can imagine. That is what is missing in your life. This is the reason that you fail at everything you try. These things you keep jumping to, like Frogger, they're escapes. You're just trying to get across the river and get out of your current situation. Yes, pain is the most powerful motivator in the short term to get you out temporarily. But pleasure is what's going to sustain you long term. A fulfilling purpose behind your actions. With reasons given to you by God, you will follow through. You will put in the work, and you will push through the difficulties that come up. Quitting once things get rough, that shiny object syndrome. You're not going to be dealing with that anymore, because the outcome of a God-given purpose is shinier and brighter than any other opportunity that you're going to see on your way. And that's great. But where do I start? How do I build this relationship that you're talking about? Everything in your life happens for you, not to you. Whether you're deep in the storm, battling debt, relationships, or depression, what empowering meaning can you give to the situation you're in? What is it trying to teach you? And why? What kind of person is it molding you into? What is the character development that you are gaining by going through this current situation or a situation in the past? The best way to begin a relationship with God, in my opinion, is to thank God for everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. And begin to realize that they were given to you by God to give you what you need in order to become who you were meant to become. You don't just get strength like a cheat code in GTA. You don't just get to use cheat codes. You gotta earn it. You gotta go through struggles in order to be an emotionally strong man. You gotta go through hard shit to be hardened. You gotta go through some resistance to build muscle. That's all it is. Massive resistance, massive weight that you have to strain your muscles with in order to get them to grow. But these are character development. So you gotta have massive resistance in your life if you want to become strong in your character. And you want that, don't you? Don't you want to become a strong man? In order to do that, this is life gym. You're moving up in weight. You're going to hit a new PR in life. And the better you can see how God is working in your life, the better you'll be able to communicate with Him. Because God speaks in metaphors, in my opinion. I love metaphors, so maybe that's just how He speaks to me. But I'm telling you, everything has meaning. Greater divine meaning. That if you look at it in a certain way, you can see and hear how God is communicating with you. And the greater you are at understanding and taking it and learning from it, and then taking action because you're listening, the more God will communicate with you, because He knows that you're listening and hearing Him and doing the things that He's leading you to do. The greater of a steward you are with the gifts of God, the more gifts that you will get in your life. And God wants the absolute best for you and is always faithful. I hope you got a lot out of this. I really truly believe that the reason you saw this today, the reason it popped up is because you need this. You need to seek God right now in this time in your life. It's a sign. It wouldn't have popped up unless it was. So maybe this is the first message that you got in your communication, in your relationship. Go ahead and subscribe if you like this video. Like it if you did. And go watch this next one if you want to learn about the science of manifestation and how it really works behind the scenes. We'll talk soon.